AITA for telling my wife it's ridiculous to cry over soup.
My wife is 4 months pregnant with our 5th child. We have a 7-year-old girl, 6-year-old girl, 4-year-old boy and a 2-year-old boy now. Since childcare is so expensive, she has been staying home. Money is tight right now and her car broke down, so we have been relying on mine. She texted me and told me she was craving a particular can of soup, so I bought it and brought it home. She placed it on the counter and said she would make it after she gave the kids a bath. While she was upstairs, my dad came over and mentioned he was hungry, so I told him to help himself to anything in the kitchen as we had made dinner shortly before. Well, he ended up leaving to go home and my wife came downstairs. Then I heard her frantically searching for something. I asked what she was doing and she was looking for the soup she left out. I told her I haven't seen it and that my dad came over, but he usually doesn't eat canned foods. I called him and he admitted he did in fact take it and that he was sorry because he was unaware she was saving it. When I told her this, she started sobbing and saying she can never have one thing in this house and how bad she was craving it and wanting it so bad. She cried for almost an hour over it. Later I told her that she was being ridiculous and that she was an adult and crying over something as stupid as a can of soup was for children. She told me I didn't understand and she's feeling very emotional lately and stressed. I talked to my mom, who told me I needed to give her grace and that my words were very a-hole-ish. AITA? Edit. When I leave work I'm going to go buy her all the vegetable soup they have in stock. Also, when I say money is tight, I don't mean that we are struggling to survive. We took out a loan to build 3 extra bedrooms onto our home. Her car broke down about 2 months ago. I do leave her the car if she needs to take our daughter and son to their therapy appointments or if she wants to go somewhere. I was also outside building when my dad popped over. He stops by to see if I need help building the rooms. My wife was upstairs for a while doing bedtime routines, so they didn't see each other. I'll apologize and do the bedtime routine tonight and pick out the scariest shark movie I can find. She loves Jaws movies, so we will spend some time together. I do love my wife, even if it doesn't appear that way. Also, yes, we have 5 kids, but we wanted a big family. I wanted 3. She wanted 4. I was an only child and she came from a big family. We had 4. She had a Mirena and it went through her uterus. We found out about this baby at the same time. We both agreed we wanted this child. She told the doctor the same day that after delivery she wanted her tubes tied. We aren't struggling to survive. We have food, shelter, clothes, and occasionally we go out to dinner and take the kids to fun places. The only issue is childcare because it is cheaper for her to stay home, and she asked me if it would be okay until our youngest goes to preschool. We may have a lot of kids, but we do take care of them. I work long hours at 2 jobs, so I am pretty exhausted when I come home, plus I'm building rooms for our children. I do help with my children. I love my family. YTA. Go buy a few cans of soup and make her happy again. If you think crying over soup was bad, I won't tell you about all the much more petty things I cried about. You didn't know food becomes a huge thing when you're pregnant? YTA. You are also the asshole for not realizing that you would obviously be an asshole for telling your pregnant wife that she is being ridiculous for crying. I can't figure out why she's stayed with you long enough to have 5 kids with you. YTA. Your mom was right. Even if your wife wasn't pregnant and dealing with hormones, she's already taking care of 4 kids all under the age of 8. 4 kids under the age of 8. That's enough to make a grown man cry. And the only thing that she was looking forward to was a simple can of soup. That's it. Soup. She started sobbing and saying she can never have one thing in this house. This is your clue that she's already feeling overburdened. Go to the store or ask your dad to pick up a bunch of cans of soup. Then go to her and grovel for forgiveness. Why are you posting and commenting instead of going to replace the soup you gave away? And help with the kids instead of letting your pregnant wife do everything. YTA. YTA. You let someone take away the food that you knew your pregnant wife was craving. Then when she got upset about it, you lectured her and insulted her by calling her ridiculous and childish. And you want to know if YTA? YTA. How can you watch and experience your wife being pregnant 5 times and have developed no awareness of hormone fluctuations or cravings? YTA. Like, of course. You don't get how pregnancy works yet after having a litter of children? YTA. She actually told you she was stressed and emotional and you came to Reddit to check if saying the soup thing was right or wrong. YTA. Listen to what she's saying. Pregnancy number 5 in 7 years? Your dad literally just walks in and takes what he wants. She's exhausted. Her entire life is consumed with caring for everyone else. Telling her she's ridiculous was demeaning. YTA. She's pregnant. She's been touched, grabbed, screamed at, followed, questioned, etc. all day by 4 little tyrants. She feels unattractive and she had a craving for some soup. As a comfort and probably because she didn't get to finish a meal all day. The correct response should have been, I'm sorry. It looks like Dad ate it. Go sit down and put your feet up, give me 30 minutes and I will bring you a bowl, then get in the car. Get the soup. Plus a few extra cans and maybe her favorite candy bar or something. And pamper her. What you did was mean. Don't invalidate people's feelings. YTA. She's hormonal and growing an entire new human being. Plus when you're a mother you end up giving everything to your kids. You open a bag of crisps and they want to taste them. Chocolate bar? Ooh mummy, that looks yummy, can we try some? You buy yourself some ice cream and the kids eat it. Nothing is your own. Not even your own body. This was hers. Only hers. And somebody took it. Again. As per bloody usual. ETA. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers. YTA. Especially if you think this is just about soup. YTA. My wife is 4 months pregnant with our 5th child. It's not about the soup, dude. YTA. My wife is 4 months pregnant with our 5th child. You'd think by now you'd know how hormones work and how emotional the pregnant women get. YTA. You have no idea how hard it is to raise a child, let alone raise 4 of them while pregnant. With another one. That can of soup may seem stupid to you, but to her it was probably the only thing she had to look forward to all day. She needs a break. Your mom seems reasonable. Can she come over and help out? YTA. Your wife is trapped at home and it sounds like she's the sole caregiver and in charge of chores. She has to raise 4 kids, all very young. While being pregnant. It's beyond the soup, she probably feels so overwhelmed and trapped. I wonder why y'all are even adding this extra one. Look into birth control. Especially if money is so tight you can't fix her car. If that's the case, how are you going to afford this extra kid? I truly feel for your wife. Be kind to her. Also do some actual research into pregnancy, bro. You're a father. Your Psalm wife is 4 months pregnant with your 5th child. Girl can cry about whatever she wants to cry about. YTA. Of course YTA. It's not about the soup. And you know it. Apologize to your wife and go stock up on the soup she likes. YTA. It is ridiculous. What does that have to do with it? Pregnancy hormones make women emotional about all kinds of things. And every pregnancy is different. Just because she was pretty level the last few times has no bearing on this go-round. You're being a dick by giving her a hard time about it instead of empathizing with her. Whether it makes sense to you or not is irrelevant. Just be kind and do your best to support her. If that means finding a way to get her more soup, or buying her some chocolate, then that's what you do. You'd better shape up and adjust your perspective, or this whole pregnancy is going to be a rough ride for both of you. Bottom line, don't ever call your wife ridiculous for getting upset about something illogical. Fair warning, don't use the word illogical either, Mr. Spock. Especially not when there are extenuating circumstances like pregnancy. Source: Married with Kids. Learned this one the hard way. ETA. With 5 kids already, you have to seriously have your head up your ass not to have figured this out already. Extra points for today's altercation. Bud. She can never have one thing in this house. It is clearly not about the soup. How dense are you? YTA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.